My name's Ray Fuentes. I am the Red Shoe Broker, and with me today is Jay Hornbuckle. Jay, how are you?
I'm good, man. You can call me whatever you want today. It sounds good.
Well, you know that song goes, you can call me Ray, you can call me Jay, just can't call me Sue.
Something like that. Don't call me late for dinner.
Or late for dinner, yeah. So thanks for joining us today. You know, I don't know if you know this, but on LinkedIn, we have been connected for like 5 years, but I didn't know that. I've known you for a while, but I didn't know it was that long. And
that's because time flies, my friend.
yeah, absolutely. And we've met at a couple of networking events. I'm going to talk about yours in a moment. But the whole purpose of this is to get to know each other a little bit better, and have my clients, people I know, get to know you a little bit about what you do and how you serve them. And this is your information, obviously, your company. And maybe I have the wrong image here, but talk to us about a little bit about this first. I want to go to something else that's really cool, but tell me about this.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So we're Abatus, run Abatus for a couple of years now. We did drop the financial and insurance services about April 1st of this year.
Okay.
We kept finding out in the social media world, which is where we've mainly been living these last few months, that people get confused a little bit about what we do because they think they know when that title is on there. You know, they go, oh, financial and insurance services, we know what you do.
Right.
And, you know, we're a PEO company that has protection designed for corporate owners, founders, presidents. And so, you know, what people really think of financial and insurance services usually doesn't meld into that. Hence why we ended up dropping that.
Okay, what is was it PEO?
Correct. Professional Employer Organization. That's HR and employee benefits together. So I've been the employee benefits guy for, you know, almost 20 years now,
Okay.
probably 18, 19 years. And so the PEO world really made sense because basically that's just HR and employee benefits with a sort of a steroid wrapper on a platform that just maximizes what everybody's doing nowadays.
I want to get back to that. But when normally the way this works is, I have the Rockstar Connect networking event, and I'm usually standing at the front. And I don't get a chance to talk to everyone and get to know them. So I usually meet them, for coffee or a drink or something on a different day. Well, when we got sheltered in place, I didn't get a chance to do that. So I started this, which helped me get to know people. But what I realized is what I should do before I go meet people is go stalk them, right? Go find, that's probably a terrible word, but go find out some information about them because, you're on Facebook. 7 years ago, you did something called Ride for Hope 2013.
Oh, wow. You're throwing that up in there.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. That sounds really cool. So you rode from here to Florida.
Correct.
I just came from Florida visiting my dad. So tell us a little bit about what this was and how long did it take? What was this? This is so cool.
Yeah, so this was actually the third time we had done this. We did it in the odd years, 2009, 2011, then this is 2013. And, so actually the kits that everybody's wearing, those light blues, was the 2011 year. And okay. But yeah, it was coast to coast. So you're always riding. The first year was from San Francisco to Baltimore, Maryland. And then the second year was Dana Point. So 2011, Dana Point to Daytona Beach, Florida.
Wow.
And then the 2013 ride was Dana Point again, but we went to Ormond Beach, just slightly above Daytona Beach. But it was a completely different ride where like in Texas, the first year we took off down into like Houston and New Orleans and that way, where the 2013, we went straight across into Georgia, Savannah, and then went down into Florida.
Okay.
So just meeting a whole bunch of different, this is done for kids infected and affected by AIDS. Ride for Hope is done for Christ Hope International, which has been around for about 20 years on that mission, helping kids that are infected and affected by AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah.
Wow. So that is super. I mean, truly, that's an interesting story. Something I didn't know about you. I hope you don't mind me surprising you with it. But this was, I thought this was very interesting. It's, a lot of times we, in the business world, when we're networking, we talk about our businesses. But I like the idea of talking to you to get to know you better. And this obviously is one way for me to do that. I have a question for you, though. What happened here?
I think this was in Arizona, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, the pavement just ended. And so you rode on rocks for a while. You had the
Oh my
vans go
gosh.
ahead of you. And you did some crazy things. We went over some bridges where they would have gaps where you'd actually have to bunny hop over. You just did whatever it took to keep riding from one end to another. That's just what you did.
Wow.
Because sometimes GPS, Google doesn't know all.
That's true. That's a true statement. I used to be in the National Guard, and I know a gentleman who's retired now, and he rode with an Air Force team, but they went along, but it wasn't for this, it was for something else. And they went along the northern side, and that was an interesting story. So when I saw this, I knew there was there's more to it than riding a bicycle. So this is very cool. Thanks for doing that. And the goal
Yeah,
was to
it
raise
was fun.
$10,000, right?
Yeah, per team, we actually ended up raising. I want to say it was about $330,000
Wow, that's
total.
amazing.
It's something that supports, and then a lot of people, they actually go over and meet the kids in Africa. I've never done that personally, but others have. In fact, one of the rides, I want to say it was 2017, was around Lake Victoria, um,
Wow.
which 2013 was the last ride I did. So they've actually moved the purpose actually over to Africa, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. Hey, how long does it take you to ride your bike across the United States, basically?
Well, one, you're doing it in teams, so there's just always bikes on the road. So there's a little bit of leapfrog going on, that you sort of
Oh, I
explain,
see.
but all the pavements getting covered from here to there. And it was about 2 weeks,
Wow.
that we would take with, I want to say in 2013, we actually took a day off in the middle where the first two rides you just rode straight and never stopped.
Wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I want to get back to just a little bit about your business. This is um, a PEO. And how long have you been doing this?
We started November 1st of 2018. So
Okay.
not quite 2 years. Yeah, we're
Okay.
still fairly new. Yeah.
Yeah. Who would I refer to you? What kind of people do use your services?
So the main people right now are business owners, startups that have 10 to 500 employees,
Wow.
or you're in the startup mode and you're going to have 10 to 500 employees. So, you could be at one, but, it's like, hey, yeah, once we get our first round, we'll be hiring on 5 more, and then second round, 5 more, that kind of thing.
I've seen
Um,
that. Yes.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so work with a lot of venture capitalists, angel investment firms here in the area in Northern California. So even though we're able to do nationwide, I mainly work in the Northern California, a little bit of Reno and Carson City, but mainly somewhere localized because I'm here in Folsom, California. So
Mm-hmm.
we did like to sort of drive and meet everybody, doing a lot more where we just do like what we're doing, where we just meet on Zoom and learn a lot about each other.
When we started talking a little bit about this, one of the things you said is that one of the things you're really interested in is something called CEO Space, which is another networking event. Well, that's how one of the ways to participate is through a networking event. I went through one or two of those. Um, Tell us about that, because that's very different than Rockstar Connect. Rockstar Connect is, hey, come on over, have a drink, get to know each other, which is great because I like that, right? I'm not one of those
Absolutely.
guys that yeah, I don't want to get up in the morning at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning and sit around a table and pass referrals down. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just I helped start a group like that years ago. It's just not who I am. But I really like the Rockstar Connect. Again, it's very more casual, and the CEO space events that I went to were very similar, except there's some activity going on there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I was really drawn to CEO space because they're sort of bringing in those same startup, founders, business owners, people that are getting out in the community. They've been around since 1988. They were started by Bernie Dorman and Bob Proctor. If you know Bob Proctor,
I know the name.
he was the MC of The Secret. If you've ever seen The Secret,
Ah, okay.
um, and The Secret actually came out of CEO space. So Lisa Nichols, Jack Canfield,
Oh, sure.
Sharon Lecter, Rich Dad Poor Dad. There's a lot of things that have come out of CEO space, ideas that have actually, like The Secret, from the day they started to 16 months later, $1.5 billion. Pretty
Wow.
good idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it attracts a lot of those. In the beginning, Anthony Robbins. In the later years, Les Brown has been a part of the community. We just had a forum. We had Alex Stern, Jeffrey Hazlett, who was one of the judges on the Celebrity Apprentice. People
Oh,
know
okay.
him. Yeah. What's his C-suites? That's it. He's part of the C-suites. And then Alex Stern was the co-founder of Constant Contact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he sold a couple years ago for $1.1 billion, so not too bad.
It's a good
And so
start.
these are the guys that you get to be with. I got to be one-on-one. He gave me homework last Tuesday, so just 8 days ago, he personally sent me homework on my phone saying, this is what you're going to do for Abatus, and this is how we're going to see some of the growth happening. So that was pretty neat. And that's what they do. They do 5 to 6 forums a year where everybody gets together nationwide. We even have international people, but then you have smaller communities like we have here in Sacramento. So
Right.
I'm the Sacramento president of CEO space, and so you've attended those where once a quarter
Correct.
we get together and we hang out, have a glass of wine, play some games. We do some networking games.
Yeah, that's what,
So
yeah, I like that. That was very interesting.
yeah, so it's just sort of getting together, asking, what do you need? What can I be doing for you? Because it's the whole issue of, instead of me fighting for the same business that you're going for, Ray, is that really, if we're collaborative and cooperative, the rising tides raise all ships.
Absolutely.
And there's so much to be doing out there that you and I can be working together instead of against each other, even if we're in the exact same business. And we learn how to do that there's just so much as entrepreneurs that we should be working together on.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you say that. So, I'm in real estate, and I started over 20 years ago. And back then, not that it's less competitive today, but back, when I started, not only was it competitive, it was even almost cutthroat. You couldn't leave a client's name and phone number on your desk because someone might pick it up and call them and say, "Oh, I'm from the same company, and I'd love to come over and see you." I haven't experienced that in quite a few years, but I also coach real estate agents. And what I tell them is, it doesn't matter what company you're with, because companies do not sell real estate, right? Keller
Right.
Williams, Remax, I'm not, all of them. I don't care who they are. EXP, they do not sell real estate. The agents do. The companies essentially don't have a license, right? I might run into somebody that I can help them sell their house or find a house for them, but maybe I don't like them. Or maybe they're in an area that I'm not super familiar with. And my competitor, John or Mary or whoever it is, they are. They have a different personality than me. They know a different area. And I refer the business over to them. It provides the best service for the client, which is what I think we should be focused on. And to be fair, I may not be the person that provides that person the best service. Hopefully, I can recognize that early on and refer them to somebody that can. It doesn't happen very often. I mean, once you get into the business for a long period of time, I mean, there's just a lot of experience. But That's one of the things that I like about CEO Space, and having spoken to you, previously about how all this works. Anything else you want to share about CEO Space? I didn't put any information here about CEO Space. I put your Facebook, your LinkedIn, you have a YouTube channel, your phone number, your email.
Which is
Is that the correct
impressive. I
email?
didn't even know I had a YouTube channel other than I guess I log in to watch YouTube.
Oh no, you have a couple of videos in there, which are, I didn't watch them.
They're probably pretty older. My daughter
Yeah,
put
they
them
are.
on.
There's one about cleaning a toilet. You have to go and check your YouTube channel out. I didn't
Ah,
watch it.
nice.
I thought,
Oh,
okay, that's
well,
kind of weird, but all
but
right.
that's good education, though.
Absolutely. Not
There are
everybody knows how to
so,
do that,
yeah, that's maybe one to share for your children,
right?
how to
Put the
clean a
seat
toilet.
down if you're married, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're married or if you're a real estate agent taking pictures, put the seat down.
But you got the important information. I
Yes, sir.
mean, that's my cell phone number on there, and that's my email address. Those are the
Perfect.
two best ways. Of course, yeah, we're connected on Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are mainly the two social media places that I go. I would have to learn how to do all the others, and they're just not me. And that's okay,
And that's
But
right, right? Exactly. You've got to do what you're comfortable with.
yeah, absolutely. So if you do have any questions or whatever, yeah, just get in contact with me. If you want to learn more, about CEO Space, get in contact with Ray about Rockstar. They do an amazing thing. I do like how Rockstar is so casual. For a while there, we were going to Zocalo's. I don't know if that has started back up yet or.
Great question. We tried to set an appointment for July, but at the moment they can't let more than 10 people in for a group meeting. So I said, you know what? Let's just wait one more month. We're going online, and we're doing a Zoom meeting. But when we do the Zoom meeting, we're meeting people all over the United States that can connect through
Yeah.
whatever local Rockstar Connect associate they have there. So I've met people from Florida, the Carolinas, several places in California. It is pretty exciting, but I do really look forward to getting back and meeting people again, one on one, face to face. That's what I like. So, all
Yeah.
right.
And you guys are doing those, I want to say, like on Tuesday afternoons or Tuesday
It was,
night?
yeah, it was the first Tuesday of every month. No, wait, it's been such a long time, I don't know. But we were at Zocalo's. We temporarily moved to a new facility. Not that there was anything wrong with Zocalo's. It's a great restaurant, great service in Roseville. If you get a chance to go, for those of you who are watching, absolutely try their margaritas and their specialty tacos. But like, as I mentioned, with the shelter in place, they weren't even open for a while. I mean, to go in.
Oh yeah, nobody
Um,
was.
yeah, so it goes from 6 to 8 p.m. and I believe it's the second Tuesday of every month. We have to find out when they're going to open, and we may have to change that date, but absolutely. And yours is meeting quarterly. Do you know when your regional Sacramento area will be meeting
Yeah,
again?
and so we're in the same position. We don't know exactly when we're going to start doing the face-to-face ones again. So right now we're just doing the first Wednesday of the month at 11, and we're doing it online on Zoom.
Yeah.
And so, so that we're going to keep doing that until we know we can actually have larger groups.
Right.
So that, there again, maybe August, September, and maybe that first month will actually start the quarter then for us,
Right.
and make it happen. Right.
Yeah. Safety
So
first.
yeah, absolutely. 2020 is an interesting year, but I love how people have been able to, some are pivoting, making completely different changes, and some are making these shifts. And it's like, okay, I used to go out and see everybody face to face, but now, I can use virtual meetings like Zoom, like what we're doing, or, just doing everything on the phone or whatever makes most sense, and still being safe, but still having some kind of contact. I mean, I love this. I'm talking, and yet I'm seeing Ray right in front of me, like we're sitting
Exactly.
across the table. So, and yet I get to sit. I look like I'm normal. I actually had spinal surgery last Monday, so I can't even drive right now. So, I've got another probably week of healing to go before I can start driving. So I love that, you know, it's
Very
like,
helpful to be able to do this.
hey,
Yeah,
I
I
just need
saw
to do a
that.
Zoom meeting. You know, we're
Yeah,
all good.
yeah. You know, speaking of a little bit about the past, were you on another webinar this morning? I think I saw on Facebook. Was that a Tony Robbins thing?
Oh, the Tony Robbins. I actually wasn't on live today because that sort of went from like 11 to 12:30 or something like that, I believe. But you know, you can actually not be live and still be part of the group and
Right.
doing the homework and all that. And
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
Tony Robbins. I love Tony, man. He's
Yeah.
into it, and he's still talking to everybody just like we're doing here. He's like, you know, hey Jim, what's going on?
Yeah, it's very cool. You know, thanks again for coming. Thanks for doing this Ride for Hope thing. I hope um, you recover quickly from your spinal surgery. Any last
I hope so
words?
too. No, you know, this is wonderful. I think what you're doing, I just let people know, yes, I actually wore the red on purpose to match Ray's shoes. So if you know, he is the red shoe broker out
Yeah.
there. So I love that you do something like that. It is so fun to have a little thing to attach you to. And so you're the red shoe guy. So yeah, I put on a red shirt for you just to
Thank you.
match.
Thank you very much. I maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I went to go show a property, and the agent had to go unlock the door. It was vacant, but the agent had to go unlock the door for us. And she came over, and she unlocked the door, and you know, my clients and I walked through the house, you know, with masks on and everything. And I came back out because my client had a question, and she goes, you know, I've seen your videos. And I'm like, yeah?
Okay.
She goes, yeah. She goes, I didn't recognize you right off the bat, but when you came back out, I saw your red shoes, and that's what reminded me. So marketing works, I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful. That is marketing 101 with an A+. I love
Thank
it.
you very much. Yeah. So my name's Ray Fuentes. I am the Red Shoe Broker. You can reach me at 916-919-1377. My email is there, my website, my license number. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. If you'd like to participate in Rockstar Connect or do an interview with a rockstar, feel free to reach me. Jay, thanks so much for coming out.
Oh, thank you, Ray. You're wonderful. I look forward to seeing you face to face soon.